Well, hey there, folks. Welcome. Cunard 1023, departure east approved. Close to pick off runway 12. Roger. So, welcome, folks, to Prestwick. We are in MSFS 2024, and I recently saw an article on the interwebs, which I'm going to cut to now. There we go. This is when an A400 landed on a beach. This is XM408, but basically they did some training in Wales where they put an A400 on a beach, drove some Land Rovers out the back, driven by some guys with crazy beards, and it all looked incredibly sexy. Now I sort of wanted to go for a bit more of a real world application in the sim. So we're here in the A400M, we're here at Prestwick. Oh god, and we're about to go flying. So this is my first flight on the A400, so it's going to be quite interesting experience. But in the words of someone somewhere, let's go flying a plane. Apologies. Flight controls full and free. It's my first flight in a little while and I don't want to roll off the end of the runway. What we'll do, I'm actually going to import my route from the EFB, which is here. That should be sent to the avionics momentarily. If not, we'll fly using the EFB and it'll be fine. And we're going to step up the throttles. Nope. Stand by one. Oh, for crying out loud. Well, hello there. Welcome. We're back. We're in the air now. I don't know how that happened. Well, I do. I still managed to not pause the video. So we're in the air, in the A400. This is the aircraft that replaced the C-130 in Royal Air Force service. Got a bit of a wiggle going on during the winter. We're on autopilot now. It has auto throttle and everything. Absolutely love the noise it makes from this angle. But the Atlas, like I say, it replaced the A400, aka the Atlas in Royal Air Force service, is what replaced, like I say, the Hercules. Our sort of law for today is that we're visiting Barra on a HS Marine Authorities mission. So basically, there's been some sort of major health incident there, and we're needed to come and transport patients. So we're flying an A400 out there. We've got field hospital set up in the back. This is something that the Royal Air Force did during in Afghanistan. If you had a severely injured patient who needed to be evacuated back to the UK, basically convert the back of a C-17 into a massive hospital, and you'd get NHS staff on board and basically transform it into a trauma centre and fly them back to the UK. So we're doing something similar, but we're going to a beach in Scotland, which is pretty insane. Now, I've not tested this so far, and you can see just how small I am in there compared to the size of this aircraft. It is a lot of me's long, let's just say that. And it's going to be an interesting approach. So we are up 12,000 feet in the cruise, 250 knots. Feels quite slow actually. Let's just go to 70. No, let's push the button. Let's do 280. Properly hammer along. Since you've got 100 miles to go until the end of the final approach fix for Barra. So yeah, should be pretty cool. We're not being tactical or anything, so we will do a low approach, visually examine the runway, and take it from there. Do we want anti-skid on for a beach landing? I'm not sure how... You see, the thing is, in real life, probably not, because... Well, actually, you're not going to use your toe brakes, are you? So we can leave it on. Huh. U-turn mode, I like that. U-turn if you want to. I shall. Ground spotters wrong, that's fine. Auto brake, we'll set it to medium. Actually, no, what I think I'll understand if we just want to use the thrust reversers right down to basically a stand. I'm hoping the payload loaded, and of course it didn't. Okay, we'll just apply. And that's what will load to the aircraft, makes it a bit heavier. I've not created an OFP for this. EGPR is Barra, I believe. So just pulling that through now. Oh! Damn inconvenient. Stand by. Somebody has control. Okay. No, we're fine. Engines are coming to life, we'll be fine. I'll fly by looking out the window. So yeah, engines are coming back online now. Brilliant. Overspeeding the aircraft, climb. Take the aircraft flapless now. I do love the visuals on the hood. There we go. We're fine. We are fine. There you go. So we're now around 80 miles from Barra. And yeah, so the sand landing considerations, so are going to be, we need to be able to land using thrust reversers only, because otherwise you're just going to lock the brakes up and you're going to skid and you're going to basically dig trenches for the wheels. Aside from that, nothing really, and obviously we need to be aware that we're going to get brownout, so as we slow down, there's a risk that our dust cloud will overtake us. And I don't think MSFS simulates this, but in the off chance that it does, we're just going to stay eyes in, trust the instruments, keep the aircraft nice and straight, bring it to a stand, wait for the dust to settle, and sort it from there. Any questions? There we go, approach briefing for Barra complete. I'll see you guys in about 2-3 minutes out. Alrighty folks, we're back at the top of drop, so I'm just going to take out the autopilot. Meep. Okay, Emily has controls, so pop the nose down there, and we're just going to start coming downhill basically. We are descending toward, like I said, I'm going to go for 3,000 as our sort of safe point there. Descending down a little early, but it's fine. I do find this is probably a bit bouncier than most Airbuses. I'm not sure if that's just the weather that I'm experiencing at the moment, which is based on real weather, but it just seems to be really choppy wind, even at altitude. And look, watch the wind. It's going from 11 knot. Oh, it's not moving that much at the moment. That's interesting. Also, this doesn't seem to be able to just select the attitude and hold it like other Airbuses can. I've got a bit of an overspeed situation. In fact, I'm going to level off. So the aircraft is suggesting I descend, so we'll do that. And we'll zoom in ever so slightly. Can I get terrain on? I can. Yeah, I'm presuming it's just not updating that, which is fair enough. Now we'll just do that one. And this will then give me a more finesse control of my speed using the auto throttle. I am going to be using the auto throttle for most of the flying today. It's so the reason I like the auto throttle on an Airbus, or in general, is in a real aircraft, like at a lumpet, you can feel through the seat of your pants. Your butt's telling you what's going on outside, you can feel that, right? Like at a lumpet. You don't get that in a sim. So like little jolts, you know, you don't feel them. Whereas in a real aircraft, you can feel actually my right cheek's higher than my left butt cheek. That is basically my word to wisdom on this. I had to mess about with the flight controllers, so I'm just going to double check that I have not indeed messed this up. No, direct low is guarded and off. Fabulous. Now we'll go pilot. Oh god, hello. Just set the nose at straight and left and see what happens. It's ever so slightly dropping off, so it's not as effective. Again, this may just be the modelling. This may be how the real thing behaves. I don't know. I don't have any A400 pilots on speed dial who I can consult. Got 50 miles to come down 3,000 feet and to slow to about 200 knots for the flyover. So that'll be Barra behind the pillar there. Landing mode is enabled. So I'm not landing at... oh, tactical mode. No, that's not... So basically nav mode or landing mode. None of which are particularly helpful. That's my airdrop doors, which we're not interested in. If you pop the airdrop doors out, you can have Tom Cruise hang on to them, which is what he did in one of the Mission Impossible movies. It's not loading. Good. What's that 1023 for now? That was our Q&A job takeoff. Oh, that's fine. We're just going to have you flying my altitude gauge now. There's Barra Beachport. We'll fly straight over it on this heading. Obviously what we do now is the crew in the back will get the door down, they'd be watching out the ramp, the open ramp, and we'd be descending down like this, or they'd be putting one of the jump doors because that would cause less wind. I'm going to line up on this outer island here and then turn in. That's changed. Okay, leveling off the aircraft now. I'm going to let the speed wash off a little further whilst I scroll my bug to 200 knots and take my first bumper flap. That's fine. We're not landing with flap on. Ooh, this is choppy wind. Alright, let's have a look. So our wind would indicate landing from right to left. There's no clear runway markings there, is there? I do think in real life they put cones out for you. Yeah, there's no attempt at runway markings there, so we're just going to land as we deem it appropriate. Cool. I'm going to fly back outbound for about a minute and then we'll circle back in and land. Let's go. Woohoo! So you do occasionally get like little snippets where like the water rushing past that. My brain got tricked into it being thinking it was real life. Go gear down and in the turn I'm going to select flap full. Pow, nose down. I'm feeling fortunate early, haven't I? I have. Try the airfield. So I've got full power in and it just won't. My god. Okay, any builds. Hate to be a negative ninny, but dear god, lads. Dear bloody god. What is going on with my throttles? Right. Oh well, I guess we'll be reattempting that in a moment. I've got no idea what happened there. Oh no, this is happening. Wonderful. Well, we land on the runway this time. Thanks, Sim. I'm leaving that in, because none of that was on me. That is the official party line here. None of that was on me. So winds are 1-4. See, I sacked full power there, and I heard the engines roll back. This is the problem. God. Also, leave me the way I was configured. Thank you. See, and now I'm going too fast. Stop covering my bloody alpha floor. You can see what the aim is here. Same approach path as last time. This time I'm going to carry way more speed into it. And just sod the game. That was uncommanded. That nose pitch up. There we go. Right. Side crosswind from the right. I'll side on over these power lines, caution power lines. It's fine. Eek. Uh-oh. We 100% land on the sand, that's all I'm saying. Let's not hit that pole on the beach. So it turns out, if you need to stick an A400 into Barra, even with my levels of aviation competence, it's about doable. Sadly not got the handcrafted airport here that I was hoping for, but alas, it is what it is. Roll up the beach towards the terminal, just off-roading it casually. Those first two crashes I genuinely do not take responsibility for. Oh no, there is an handcrafted airfield, I'm taxiing towards the wrong thing. You can see the people there with their Dodge Charger and their Crown Vic and their American trucks waiting to receive us with open arms. There you have it, folks. Parking brake set. Welcome to Barra. Welcome to Barra.